Hi, this is Arlene and welcome to my very first video ever. You can see these products that I show you on my blog, which is www.designwitharlene.wordpress.com, as well as my Stampin' store, which is arleneharder.stampinup.net. What I'm going to show you are some products that we have in the new Celebration catalog, Stampin' Up's new Celebration catalog. It runs now until March 31st. These products are available. The really nice thing about these products is that they're free. We all love that word, free. With a $50 purchase, merchandise, and that does not include tax or shipping and handling, you can receive one of these free sets or paper or accessories in this catalog. Lots of different things that they have. I'll be showing you a few of them. The first thing that I'm going to be showing you is the stamp set called the Lotus Blossom. Again, this is in the Celebration. It's a set of 7, and it has, I'll be using the 3 floral, for the flower, the 3 of those stamps, as well as the thank you stamp and just one of the stem right here. I'll be using those stamps. With that, I'll be using 3 of the different colors of the Stampin' Up ink pads. I'll be using the Calypso Coral, the Crisp Cantaloupe, and the Old Olive. I'm using some of the ribbon from, this is the Best Year Ever ribbon accessory pack. It comes with 3 colors of beautiful ribbon. I'll be using this one, as well as the buttons that complement them. They go well with this. This is a wonderful set. I love this for free. It's great. Okay. And I'm also going to be using some Whisper White cardstock. That is, I'm using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I've already cut this down. But I'll be using a sheet of that, and I will be using, this is our new sheet. Our new sheets. It's our new Irresistibly Yours Specialty Designer Series paper. And that again too is in the Celebration catalog as well. And I think the camera can pick this up. You can see how it's just white on white with the embossed just raised just slightly, and it's shiny. So there are 12 different sheets that come in this set. 2 each of 6 designs. So there are the flowers here, and there's kind of like a fishtail type of look pattern here. These are stars, the polka dots, the leaves or the vine pattern, and then the striped diagonal, which is what I'll be using here today to make the card. 12 by 12 paper, so they're again great for scrapbooking as well. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer. And what I've done is I've taken an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and I've cut it down. This is the dimensions that I used. So each sheet is actually going to make 3 cards. 3.5 inches wide by 7.5 inches long. So I just cut that strip to make my paper 7.5 inches wide, and then I just cut to make 3 of the cards like that. So I wanted to show you the Stampin' Up trimmer and how well it cuts and what I really, really like about it. So this has already been cut to 7.5 inches long, and I'm going to go ahead and cut one that is 3.5 inches wide. And they've got wonderful guidelines up here. And you see, not only does it cut like butter, see how it cuts like that? Wonderful, I love it. But it also comes with a scoring blade as well. So this is 7.5 inches, so I want to score it just down the middle. So I'm going to score it at 3 3/4 inches. And then this is the lighter colored gray, and that's the scoring tool. And you just go across there. You usually go a couple of times, not real hard. And you see it makes a beautiful scoring line. And that just breaks down the fibers of the paper just enough to where it makes a nice straight crease right there. And you don't have to worry about it bending in a little bit different way. Sometimes when you get a little bit thicker paper, that's where it really benefits scoring that line before. Because with thicker paper, it's a little bit harder to get that straight edge without a scoring line. I love this paper trimmer. Okay, so now we have our base card. Okay, and then I also I pre-cut some paper. I've taken a 2.5 by 2.5 inch piece of the Whisper White cardstock, and that's going to be what I'm going to be stamping with. The first stamp I'm going to use is one of the flower stamps. And you'll see that it's discolored a little bit. That's because I've used it. It does discolor, it tends to discolor these clear stamps, but they're still fine. It does not harm the stamp in any way, and it does not matter as far as stamping goes. You'll still be able to stamp with it just fine. Take a clear acrylic block, and I wanted to show you, this is the sheet that your stamps will come on when you get the clear stamps, and it shows you there's little tabs on these stamps. See that little tab right there? And this is wonderful because sometimes this might not really look much like a flower, and you want to know this is the top one, this is number 1, and this is what Stampin' Up! Recommends how we use the stamps, in which order they go. So you're going to use this stamp first, and then second would be number 2, and 3 would be the third stamp that we use. So I'm going to ink it up, and this I'm going to use the Calypso Curl. Oops. Okay, so just ink it up, and what's nice about these clear stamps is you can see exactly where you're going to be stamping on. And what I like to do is, see that tab there? I like to have that facing up, so that way on all the other 2 stamps that I use, I'll know that I did which direction this tab went, so it's easier for me to line up my stamps, since I'll be using 2 more additional stamps as well. It's just straight down and lift up. Okay. And then switch on to the next color, which is the crisp cantaloupe. And I'm going to use stamp number 2. Again, I've got my tab facing upward. In fact, I probably would want to leave it, have it at an angle a little bit so that that tab faces in an upward direction. And this black right here, I believe it got set on, I set this on the incorrect way, so it kind of transferred a little bit. But again, it's on the back side of the rubber, so it's not going to harm it. It does not matter when I'm stamping. So I'm inking it up. Excuse my head here while I line it up. Right above there, and you can see, because it's clear, you see right where it's going. Lift it up. And with the difference of shades, but still on the same color theme, we've got it's looking really nice already with just those 2 stamps. Okay. Then we're going to take stamp number 3. Again, placing the stamp so that that tab is facing upward. I'm going to ink up my stamp again. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to stamp off some of that color onto a scratch piece of paper, and then again directly over my stamped image and lift up, and you see how it's again lighter and how beautiful that looks, just like a watercolor effect. I love this stamp. Alright, we are done with the crisp cantaloupe. We're going on to the old olive. I'm going to take my thank you stamp, and I think this time I'm going to place this one down here like this, straight up, and there again I'm going to place use. This is the stem part, and since I know I'm only going to be using just a portion of this stamp because the rest is going to be stamped off, it won't be on the paper, I'm just going to ink up just a little bit of it and place it where I can see it. And I could have used both of the stem stamps, but I chose to just use the one. I like it that way. Okay, and you are done with your stamping. Next, I want to layer this stamped image piece of cardstock onto our designer series paper. You see that? That's the diagonal line. But what I want to do is I want to give this some color. I'm going to bring out the green here. So that old olive, what I'm going to do is just ink up my sponge, and I'm just going to start sponging on the outer edges over there. Kind of swirl it around a little bit, get it worked in on that part of the paper that is not embossed. You see how it's really taking the ink really takes onto the embossed image, or the image, the part of the cardstock, excuse me, that is not embossed. You're changing the color of it. So you can have virtually any color of cardstock that you want by using your ink. Then I'm going to take a tissue and I'm going to wipe away the ink that's left on the embossed image, and that's when you'll see it really pop out. I didn't do the middle part because I'm going to be layering on the stamped image. And there you have it. Love that paper. I'm just going to adhere it, my ATG, any adhesive that you want. Center it on there like that. And then you take your card base, again adhere it. And I'm going to be placing it not quite in the center. I'm going to lower it just a little bit so I've got room to put that ribbon. Just like that. Now I've cut a piece of the ribbon that came from the Best Year Ever accessory pack, and that is in the Sale-a-bration catalog. And I am going to make a knot because I have never been good at bows. So I just use a knot. There we go. Take some scissors, trim up that. And there you have a simple but elegant, very pretty, quick card. I also made another card sample I wanted to show you. This is really basically the same idea, but with this one what I did is I used some of the designer paper that is in the catalog, which is the Occasions catalog, and this is the Occasions catalog. This came out, it's available now, it's January 6th through June 2nd of 2015, and this complements our annual idea book. And you can see it starts out with Valentine's, lots of Valentine's ideas, happy birthday. It covers a lot of the holidays that maybe are around this time of year, other than now that the holidays are over, like the fall and Christmas. So we've got birthdays, there's also floral, and then as well as Easter and holidays, more spring, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and so on. You can see that. It's great. This catalog you can view online as well too. Okay, so I took, this is the designer series paper that is in that catalog, and this is called Stacked with Love. And you can see they've got more of the clips of coral, the real red. This is what I used here. So it's double-sided, which makes it great, really versatile. So not only can you use it for, say, Valentine's, you know, it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day specific, but on the other side of it, you can see it's got the blacks and the whites, chevrons, lots of different ideas. Again, if you're a scrapbooker, you can really see ideas popping in your head of how you can use these colors. I love these. So that is the background paper for this one, which corresponded with the colors that I used in the Lotus Blossom right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use this as a business tool. You can take it just like this. You can punch a hole in it right here, add a little bit of ribbon more, add it to a gift. It doesn't have to specifically say thank you, but I'm using it because I'm going to take a cellophane bag. I'm going to take our Sale-a-bration catalog, put it in here, and this is an idea that we got at one of our training meetings, which I love. I'm going to take this card so that I can pass this out to different hostesses or people that are interested in the product, and they can actually see, have it hands-on, as well as I will have one of my business cards. Like that. Fold it over twice. It is a little bit longer than I need it to be. And just cover it up with some tape. And there you have it, a really great presentation as a way of giving the catalog out to interested people. So if you are interested in receiving a catalog, you can contact me through my website, which is arlenecarter.stampinup.net. You can also visit my blog, and that will have the directions and the dimensions that I used for this card that I made. It's designwitharlene.wordpress.com. I hope you enjoyed my first video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.